Hail comic book fans, today we're talking about the Dead Lucky issue 3. This is a part of the massive verse, so characters like Rogue, Sun, Ray, and Black are also part of the same universe. This is a new unique character, a part of that universe in my opinion, because her power is not really a legacy type thing. It's something specific that happened to her and that she has to live with and is trying to make the best of it. And within this story, within this issue, we get the perspective and a look on the inside of how Marrow is as a company. Who is Marrow? And what are their real and actual intentions, because there's only been speculation in how people have felt on the outside, but we finally get to see a little bit, at least, on who are they on the inside, within these business meetings. And as they are talking, right, they're having this business meeting, and one side is pretty much saying that we need to lay off the force and try to be a little bit more gentle to our approach because the local people aren't going for it, while the other side is pretty much saying, why are we playing nice with these, playing nice with the local people? Instead, we should be showing them our force. We should be showing them. And on the other side, they bring up the argument of, this mysterious mech, right? And this mysterious being, and the people love them. And like, how are they going to be able to do their plans with somebody like this on the field? And then that's when they come up with this scenario, I should say, where he's like, let's make up a mistake. Let's make up something that makes the mech Dead Lucky look bad. And so they're obviously plotting something, a scene, and we go to the actual characters in mind. And the police chick, the black chick, she went behind her own company and job's back, and she has aligned herself with Bibby and with the mechanic and on their side of the coin to see what happens, because she's pretty much saying her side is not working and they don't have the people's best interests at heart. And so she's with this side, and the mechanic, the guy that helps with the machine known as Ghost, he doesn't trust her, but he's giving her some leeway just because everybody else is trying to. But he's the one guy that's very standoffish. And as the issue progresses, the Marrow now knows that Ghost, at least the mechanical part, is scraps from their machines. And so now he has to find a new person because he can't use his old tactics and his old connections to get those specific parts, because now they're closing in, because Marrow knows whoever this is now in Chinatown. So now they're very closed in and nearly suffocating to find out who this is. And as a reminder, you have the local police that has to listen to Marrow. Now Marrow they've brought in their own police force in a way to try to find out who is this mysterious, mech, this vigilante of sorts. And at pretty much everybody at this point in time are talking, and they're mostly talking about Bibby, because whatever happened to her, and at least from the mechanic's perspective, she does not care about the living because she has the dead that is still she can still communicate with. And that's a very interesting perspective, is that not only does she have survivor's guilt, but she has nearly detached herself from the living, because the dead she can still connect with. And so that's going to be a mental mind game that is going to affect her moving forward. And here's when the attack happens. Here's what Marrow was doing. They put out this attack, right? And nobody knows who is doing this because they cannot actually see the attack. But luckily she can, because she can see electronics, and she can see, even when they're invisible, she can still see them. And the local people don't know what's going on because the tech and the drones that Marrow is using are cloaked, but she can. So she's trying to stop the attack while also save the people that are in the way. And again, this is a full-on like a political stunt in a way, just to make a hero or a somewhat hero look bad, to favor Meryl and to favor trying to turn the local people against her, because maybe if they see she makes a mistake or can't save somebody, even they would turn against her. But she plays right into their hands, unfortunately, and she does not have a good grasp on this entire situation. She tries to save one person, she does, but again, the unfortunate part of this is that the business that her parents had gets attacked, and she cannot, her mother comes out, but the father is still in there. Her Pacific business and her family business was targeted. They didn't just like attack one person or just shoot randomly. They started blowing up buildings and businesses within that area. And as this is happening, she gets a PTSD moment of what happened when she was actually in war. And she goes back and forth, she's trying to lock in, and she ends up jumping out the mech, going into the burning building, trying to save her father. And that's when she like says, I need help, like I can't do this by myself. And that's when she unlocks her entire team, like within their spiritual form. And that's when we know that the Dead Lucky was actually the name of her entire squad. And that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe for more. Leave a comment, expressing how you feel about this. And thank you for watching.